How do you keep your tiles from moving around on the game table while you're playing? I've had a number of people ask me on YouTube and then also on Facebook, when you're doing a TerraTile setup or really any type of tile-based terrain setup, how do you keep those tiles from shifting around during the game? Because some people have said they game with a lot of people who can be rather clumsy and they knock the table, or they are gaming with children or something like that, and they're afraid that the tiles are going to slide around during the game. And some people have asked me if I can make some type of device that would go around and clamp all of the tiles together, like some type of frame or something like that. Other people have asked me if I could develop some kind of clipping mechanism so that I could clip all the tiles together. But both of those approaches are very expensive because you have to do all the molding, you have to design them, you have to mold them, you have to cast them, you got to have them manufactured and things like that. Well, I've got two different solutions for you, whether using TerraTiles or any other terrain tiles for your table. Two very simple, very easy, very inexpensive solutions to keep your tiles from moving around in the game table. Let's take a look. I've set up a small little TerraTiles setup right here, put out some miniatures. This would be perfectly, reasonable for an RPG encounter, Dungeons & Dragons, or whatever other kind of game you're playing. Small little situation on the table here. Now, I don't really even worry about trying to hold down the tiles or anything like that, because I found that for the most part, they really don't generally go anywhere. And if somebody does bump the table like that and you end up with a little bit, you might have to put them or the miniatures back a little bit. But generally speaking, I'm banging the table pretty good, and I don't really have that problem. But let's say that you do have people who do like to hit the table really hard, or you're playing with kids and they fall all over the place and things like that. So what's an inexpensive way to really lock down your tiles? Well, I found this is one of the most inexpensive ways. This is just sticky tack right here. This is the same kind of stuff that you get to put up like posters on in your dorm room or something like that. And this stuff's really cheap. You can get it in a lot of different places. And if you do really want to make sure that your tiles don't go anywhere, what you can do is you can just take a little bit of sticky tack and then put it at the corners of your tiles. So it's on your table and your tiles. And then there you go. That really locks down your tiles. And now you should really be able to give your table a pretty good whack, and it shouldn't go anywhere. There. Whoa, see, my camera's going places. Those are pretty solid whacks. And just with some simple sticky tack, that really does lock down your table. Your tiles, rather. Let me see if I can hold my camera here and just shake the table. Yeah. See, even that simple solution really locks down your tiles, and so it's no big deal. So if you are really concerned about having your tiles slide around during the game, that is probably the easiest, cheapest, fastest solution that also allows it to come right back up when you're done playing, so that it's also easy to pick back up. And I think that's a big thing for TerraTiles as well, because they're easy to set out and then they're easy to pick back up. If we did something where we had to clip them all together or something like that, that would make them more difficult to put out, and it would also make them more difficult to clean up, and I don't want to do that. So they're just about as easy to clean up if they've just got sticky tack as they are if they don't. My other solution, if you don't want to go the sticky tack route, is this right here. This is, they call this brand, I guess, Easy Liner, but this is the stuff, this is the non-slip padding that they use to put in like kitchen drawers or utility room drawers and things like that. And this stuff is really cheap. I was just at Walmart. I picked this stuff up. I believe it costs $5. And so it's this non-slip padding, and this stuff is really easy to use and could work great for any tile system as well. So what I recommend you do is just lay out some of this non-slip padding right like that, and then build your terrain setup, your tile setup, on top of the non-slip padding. And you see, that grabs it really well, actually. There, that's a pretty reasonable gaming setup here again. Also, like again, size for a D&D encounter or whatever. So now we've got the miniatures out, and we've got our tiles on this non-slip pad. And let's see now. Once again, my camera's moving. And you know, I'm just on a coffee table here in the living room. If you're on a much bigger table, like, you know, a gaming table or kitchen or dining room table, it's going to take a lot more force to move the table anyway because it's got more mass. But, you know, there you go. In fact, let me hold the camera and I'll shake it again. Once again, they don't go anywhere. I think that's a really easy solution right there. So there you go, 2 very easy solutions for making sure that your tiles don't move around on your gaming table while you're playing, whether you're using TerraTiles or any other tile system for your gaming nights. If you want some TerraTiles for your table, I'm bringing them back out through GameFound. I'll put the link below so you can get in. I'm also giving away a free box of terrain for anybody who follows the project on GameFound, and then later backs for 4 boxes on the project. And also please come by and check out my YouTube channel. I've got a lot more on tabletop gaming, on fantasy, and all of that, all organized by playlist. Come by, check out what you're interested in, enjoy some videos, and I will see you in more videos to come. And until then, happy gaming.